Everything the Empire knew about weakness was wrong. HFY Sci-Fi short ~8. 5-min narration beat 1. Institutional weight. The Threshold War College had been training coalition officers for 210 years. Its graduation rate was 58%, the lowest of any officer program in the Outer Reach, and its alumni commanded every battle fleet stationed past the Kesarine line. The college did not teach tactics. It taught assessment, how to measure an enemy before the first shot was fired. In 11 years of open enrollment, 4 humans had attended. None had graduated with distinction. The current class had 1. Beat 2, protagonist introduction. Joran Vance was 22, listed as originating from a border colony called Hearth's Edge. His admissions officer had read the file 3 times, because the first read produced a timeline that did not fit a person of his age. The verification had come back confirmed on the second pass and confirmed again on the third. Vance had not mentioned any of this. He had arrived at the college, found his quarters, and reported to orientation wearing a corroded militia rank pin that did not match any uniform regulation on record. No one asked him to remove it. No one had checked what it meant, yet the challenge came during a seminar on threat assessment doctrine, in a room built for the kind of confidence that comes from ranking first. Cadet Ashan Vural, a Drev third year top of the tactics standings, introduced the question the way certain cadets introduce questions, which is to say, with the timing and tone of someone who has prepared it. Cadet Vance, Vural said, your species file lists psychological resilience under siege conditions as unverified. Since you're here, perhaps you can help the class. What would you say is humanity's greatest weakness? Several cadets smiled. It was the category of smile that happens in rooms where a hierarchy is being enforced, not the kind that happens when something is actually funny. Instructor Doran at the head of the table said nothing. He had been waiting for this question since the second week, when he pulled a set of records nobody in the room had clearance to know existed. That's a reasonable question, Vance said, in the tone of someone who genuinely found it reasonable. Are you asking what the Coalition's threat models list or what's actually true? Vural's smile held. Let's start with the models. The models list undertrained logistics under extended siege, Vance said. Failure point at approximately 90 days without resupply. And the truth, Vance said a number, 6 years, 4 months. The ripple asterisk the silence that followed did not arrive all at once. It moved through the room the way a wave stops. The ones closest to Vance first, then outward, until even the cadets in the back row had stopped smiling. Hearth's Edge, Instructor Doran said, and opened a file that had clearance markings nobody recognized. A border colony under blockade for 6 years and 4 months, following the collapse of coalition supply lines during the Reach conflict. The colony's threat assessment, filed by this institution's own doctrine committee, projected civilian logistics collapse within 120 days. The footage was not dramatic in the way Academy simulations were dramatic. It was documentary, grainy, real, time-stamped. A rationing ledger, hand-updated for 2,312 consecutive days. A 16-year-old boy, cross-referenced against Vance's own service record, listed as acting logistics coordinator after the last ranking officer was killed in the second year of the blockade. A supply projection model, built by hand with no institutional support, that outlasted every professional estimate by a factor of 19. By the fourth document, Vural was not smiling. He was watching with the expression of someone doing a calculation that was going to take longer than the seminar period to finish. The Doctrine Committee's weakness assessment, Doran said, was built on 3 data points, none from an extended siege. It has stood unrevised for 40 years. It is currently taught in this room in this course this semester. Vance did not speak during any of this. He watched the footage with the rest of the class, the corroded pin catching the light once when he shifted in his seat. Vural stopped at the door on his way out. The model was wrong about the failure point, he said, by roughly 19 times. He did not say anything else. He left without a scene, his assessment quietly updated, not humiliated. Vance gathered his materials. The pin caught the light again as he stood. Second week, Doran said. I told you I'd been waiting for the right topic. You could have asked directly, Vance said. They wouldn't have believed a direct answer, Doran said. They needed to watch themselves be wrong. Vance picked up his data slate and walked out. Doran opened the Doctrine Committee's revision log and wrote 3 words.